My name is Nathan, founder of the Acquisition IQ National Tour as well as the Acquisition Conference, and I'm seated here with John Curtin, CEO and founder of Now Capital and Now Exit. We're just sitting here. It's a beautiful environment. I wanted to ask you just a few questions, but first I want to set the stage. We're in a pretty relaxed environment, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. We're out here in Reno for the National Tour kickoff, and my whole thought about really bringing you aboard on this one specific topic that we're going to be touching on today, and that is about exiting a company. It's environments like this as business owners we want to get to and strive for. It's the freedom that we're constantly working towards. But in order to get to that freedom, we've got to know what to do and how to do what we need to do in order for a maximal exit.
Yeah.
So share with us some of the things that business owners aren't doing correctly to get to this relaxed environment that we all want.
Yeah, I think that breaks into two things, right? Everyone kind of wants that exit where they're independent and they can travel, they can be in environments like this. But even while you're building your business, the things that make it so that you would exit for the most money give you kind of the lifestyle changes now, right? And that's being able to make yourself independent from the business, having a little more certainty around revenue because you have recurring revenue, you have employees who are well trained in processes. You know, you can go out of town for 30 days and not have the business fall apart. So I think all of the continuum of building your business and scaling it and then finally being ready for the most possible money in an exit really centers around, can you get back and be strategic working on the business and not just in the business?
I believe it's always that moment that one needs to take and you need to place yourself in an environment that is going to foster and almost force you to do that, right? To be able to, hey, what if I stepped away from this business right now for the next 30 days? You know what I mean? So it's run an exercise in essence, right?
Yeah, the disconnect the whole way along. I mean, everybody starts their business to kind of get independence for themselves and for their family and take care of their family. And eventually they end up feeling very responsible for a lot of people. And so not only do you owe it to yourself to really be able to step back and build processes, but you really can't run and be the hustler forever. And you have to step back, build those processes and become the strategic runner of the business if you really want to make sure your business continues to run, you continue to uplift those people that you've hired and all of the different employees that you have. That's kind of the only way you can do this, or else you will explode trying to play the hustler to 100 million revenue.
You know, you're going to explode and you're never going to get to a point that we're experiencing right now, which is the relaxed feeling of being at a nice venue here in Reno, Nevada for the national tour, you know, and so for a business owner, how does one set up, you know, for the exit? I know you speak on this a lot, but how does one do that, you know, to maximize their value?
Yeah, I think when you're looking at the point where you're ready to either scale tremendously or you have the sale in view, and that may be 3-5 years before you're ever ready to sell, and you may have to stay on for another 3 to 5 years. So this is really starting long term. You start being strategic about what are the things I need to build in my business today so that, say, a private equity fund with nearly unlimited funding compared to the size of your business could step in, and I love this phrase, just add money. You know, like the old advertisements, just add water. They don't want to manage day to day. They want to add money, and they want to have it generate new sales, and they want your business to scale using your already in place infrastructure. So get strategic. Start going down the list of a lot of the things we're going to talk about today and a lot of the really key concepts about getting your business scale ready and sale ready, and just go one by one. I mean, it's a checklist that takes some time, But it's all of these concepts you should be thinking about to gain that distance and that automated running of your business.
Previous to this recording, we were speaking offline about private equity is looking for one thing, but the seller is looking for another. Can you explain what we were just talking about there?
Yeah, so, when a person builds their business, generally they have a money limit, right? They have lots of time and they're using their time to get that money, but they don't have enough money to be able to grow at scale. Private equity has the opposite problem because they have a very large amount of money that they need to deploy into investments, one. And two, they have what is kind of a strange situation, but the way private equity is built out is generally LPs invest in it and they want to be able to have a cash out event. So they're only allowed to hold periods of 5 to 7 years before they resell that company, right? If they don't double or more likely triple the business over that 5 to 7 year hold period, it's kind of like a total loss to them. So if we think about those limitations and realize if you have your business professionalized and ready for them to just add money, you get the highest value. If they look at it and say, you don't have the systems, the process, or the infrastructure, it's going to take me 1 year to put that in place. If they have a 5-year hold period, they can pay you 20% less, right?
Yes.
They have a time problem, you have a money problem. And we need to understand that private equity and most professional buyers have a very different incentive than we may because of
as a seller.
Yeah.
Man, that's really good. Well, guys, this is just a small little snippet of what you can expect from John today at the national tour and here in Reno. But we just wanted to share with you guys what we've got going on. And if you want to learn more about John, you can go to nowexit.com, and then you can also follow us on the tour at acquisitioniq.co/tour live, which we will be streaming live all of the different events and guest speakers just like John here. But thank you and keep watching.